with lies. Unaware I'm tearing you asunder. There is thunder in our hearts. Is it too much hate for the ones we love? Tell me we both matter, don't we? You. You and me won't be unhappy and never really could. I make a deal with God and I'd get out to small places. Be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that hill. Yeah, you say you really You wanna feel how it feels.
What's going on, Banditos? And we're live. It's Friday, October 21st. We are just 10 days away from Halloween, and I'm pumped because I got this really cool outfit that I'm going to sport right now just to set us in the mood. Also, this is going to be a Friday night, kind of a laid-back stream, but we're also checking out the latest Volume 8 gamer music playlist that's now playing in the background, and it's different than what you heard last time I previewed this, so I have updated it as of today, so something exciting. But today we're going to be working on a what I'm calling the Fright Night build, and that's because it is hazard protected, and we are going to go into some scary hazard zones where they love to light you on fire. If you're ready, let's rock.
Yo. Look, watch this.
And we're live. What's going on, Banditos? Friday night. It's always a fun stream. Hey, so we are going to rock this, what I'm calling the Friday night, or I'm sorry, the Fright Night build. And that's because, not only because I'm wearing this really cool setup with that sort of Jason mask there. That you got that Friday the 13th mask with my blood stains and whatnot. This is from the new apparel vet, Paragon. But this is also the build that we're going to be running. So it's a work in progress. So we're going to be doing some fine tuning today. Also some farming up in this zone of the map, which is usually all outcasts up here. And so outcasts have a lot of fire. As a matter of fact, I think they have more fire than the cleaners in New York. So we're going to showcase what this build can do. We're going to be walking on fire, baby. That's what we're going to do today. And so this is a 100% immune to all hazard effects build, including disrupt. So this build will be good against hunters too. So let's take a look at those stats. So let's look at the defense first. Wait, I went by. Okay, so 97.6% has pro, 97.6 bleed, blind, the pulse resistance isn't max actually. So burn, disorient, whatever. And so it's 197.6 disrupt, ensnare, poison, shock, all of it. So it'll be 100%. I'm still working on some pieces. So like it's just at 9.8. And so I'm just not sure of the configuration. So I don't want to optimize everything like this one. I'll optimize when I'm ready to lock it in. So I'm just not, the pieces aren't locked in yet. So that's why we're not at 100%, but we're really close, right? 97 point whatever. So, and the thing is, we're not weak. We're not weak at all. Okay. So I've maintained a real high percentage of red cores here. So we got 2 blues. I feel like that's a 1.1 million armor is a nice place to be. We got 4 reds here, plus the chameleon's adaptive instincts, which is going to give us another 90% weapon damage. That's equivalent to 6 more red cores. So that's 10 red cores altogether if you look at it that way. And then it's also going to give us 20% crit hit chance and 50% crit hit damage. So if we look at our stats, that's going to throw us to 200% crit damage and over 60% crit chance. Obviously, it's going to cap at 60. So max crit chance, 200% crit damage, 10 red cores, 100% immunity. It's a beast. It's a beast. And not only that, we're not done, guys. We're not done. Check this out. 20% armor on kill. 20%. 10 from Gunner, and we're running 3 pieces of Uzina Getica, which is giving us another 10% armor on kill, along with the hazard protection and total armor. So, yeah, this isn't just a stupid tank build. This thing can kill too. So let's go have some fun. Let's fast travel. So anyways, we're also going to be listening to the new latest Volume 8 gamer music playlist in the background. You can get access to these gamer music playlists by being a part of Tux's Players Club, at least a hardcore Bandido member level or higher. And you can stream these online and offline, both here on YouTube and SoundCloud. So here we go. Let's see what we can do. So I got a couple of directives on. Actually, I should probably not. No need for those. Yeah, and I chose the chameleon. You can also do the backfire. I tested between the backfire and the chameleon. The chameleon just has a better burst. It's got a higher RPM. You know, I just like it a little bit better, but the backfire works too. We can play with that as well a little bit here. So, you know, they're going to throw all sorts of grenades at us and stuff like that, right? They like to do that. So, here they come. So, we'll test this. Just stand in some fire here. So, there we are right there. Standing in a puddle of fire. So, you can still take explosion damage. So, keep that in mind when you're... welcoming a grenade to your face. I have Optimus on the chest. Not Optimus. Yeah, that's right. No, Optimus. Obliterate. Sorry. Something with an O. Not quite sure what I'm taking damage from though. Is there somebody behind? I have a feeling there's somebody behind me or something. There we go. Once that adaptive instincts kicks in, it's like, what? The shield isn't super strong. I'm not exactly sure about it, but so running through fire there. Sound is kind of funky. Sorry about that. Let me pretty good time to kill, I gotta say. I think our only weakness is actually the shield, you know what I mean? Because when that shield breaks, it puts on a disorient And you're like, well, you're 100% hazard protected. Yeah, but they've made that disorient so that you can't avoid it, you know? We could also put protection from elites, so stuff like that I haven't tested yet, so that's part of what we want to test today. Is like, do we want to trade in some of that crit damage for protection from elites? See that shield broke again? Now I'm dizzy. So that's our weakness right there. And so, you know, it's not a problem. But well, it is a problem. The problem is that no matter how fast I drop it, I'm like, oh, the shield's getting weak, it's getting damaged, I better drop the shield. There's like a lag between the dropping the shield, so I still drop the shield and then it still breaks. And I'm like, I know I hit that button in time. You know what I mean? I don't know why it breaks all the time. And part of it's because we're not running a lot of armor, right? We're not running, so, but look, it's standing some fire. So remember, you're not resistant to explosions, so you don't necessarily want to take one of those explosive guys, take a hug from one of those dudes, right? But super helpful when they put these big old giant puddles of fire out, right? So I think we're taking a little bit of damage. Like, I think we're taking 1% damage because I'm not at 100%. And I think for fire, you got to be over 98. And I think we're at 97, right? See that fucking shield again? Damn. So there's a little damage we're taking from the, oh, really? Oh God, he's not gonna pick me up now. Yeah, he's not gonna pick me up. Yeah, because we're running 1.1 million armor and that shield is still a little weak, right? Like, for what it is. 1.1 million armor doesn't make us like super squishy, you know what I mean? You should be able to run and gun with that. What up, Mikes? What up, Mike Sargent? Well, let me fix the sound, it's kind of weird. So I hope you guys join me for a double stream tonight. So I'm gonna be streaming this build right now. Then I'm gonna take a short dinner break after a while here. And then jump into some Modern Warfare if you guys want to experience that with me for the first time tonight. Or first time ever. So as you can see, I'm installing Modern Warfare as we are playing here. So. It's a big package too, by the way. There's a lot of things to install. So I think it's just the campaigns at the moment. So one of the other things I got to test here as part of this test today for this build is, you know, whether we take vigilance. I also have, oh, that's a nice Brazos. Sokolov, no. Adrenaline rush, that can fix a lot of our issues here, and then also clutch for some even more healing, you know. So, or we could put on protection from elite mods, you know, whatever. But hazard protection, you know, it's mostly, I gotta say, a heroic thing. I don't know, what do you guys think, you know? You know, there's not a lot of hazards in Legendary, right? There's explosions, but those are their own separate thing, and that's why we created those explosive resistance builds, right? But hazards are more heroic, right? I mean, think about when your heroic content where you got riot foam, you got fire. I mean, you go into countdown, and then you got what you would call it, the summit, right? And there's hazards in there. They're really related to factions, and a lot of the factions, oops, didn't mean to drop my shield. Who's gonna break it? God damn it. Easy to break that shield, man. Where'd it go? And it's not so much that the shield breaks, it's just that we're dizzy right after that, right? And you cannot roll hazard protection against that. So that's what sucks, right? So the shield really is our only weakness. So we're taking just a little, I mean, you can't even tell, but we're taking a little bit of damage from that. I can tell because there's a pulse on the damage bar. Take a look. So she actually damages us. Yeah, we need to get to 100%. They might count her as, that's really weird. They might count her as a little bit of weapon damage in that fire, huh? Because it's her primary weapon. And then what you're protected from is the burn after the fact. That's probably what's happening there. It's good to know. That works differently than the raids, doesn't it? Because when I would go to boss 2 in the Iron Horse with 100% burn resistance, you could take that torch. No, I guess you do take a little bit of damage, don't you? I'm trying to remember. You take some damage. Do you guys remember an Iron Horse? If you're 100% burn resistant on boss 2, there's some damage you take in that furnace room, right? You can be in there for a really long time, like it feels like forever, but you still take some damage you have to get out eventually. So it's like this kind of stuff, like fire grenades. Fire pools, but I think when somebody's got a torch, you're gonna take that initial damage as like it's a weapon damage. But of course there's also riot foam. Oof, we fucking shredded him. Did you guys see that? Make sure I get that locked. So yeah, our damage is there. It's a little bit I think reliant on that chameleon being procced, especially. So what we could do is get rid of the shield. So let's check out this replay here on the boss kill. Pretty good time to kill there. But as I say, we might be able to drop the shield and lose vigilance and exchange it for adrenaline rush, and that'll give us our Invisi shield. Gotta see, there's it broke again. And when it breaks, you're fucking toast, right? Let's try that. Let's try the Invisi shield. Well, the boss Nander, doesn't the boss hit you with the torch too, though? He throws grenade, he throws Molotovs at you, and then he also has a flamethrower, right? Eriores Garcia, hola. What up, Doc Knight? Yeah, clutch is tough. Like, I get you, Anthony. Like, you gotta have a lot of red quarters, obviously max crit chance, and so we're gonna try adrenaline rush first. What up, Dan Paxson? Week so far so good, man. So yeah, I'm gonna mix it up tonight, though. Tonight I'm gonna test out this new Modern Warfare and see if it's any good. A little later tonight. So putting Hasbro on this. put back on crit damage here. So everything's the same. I just swapped out basically the talent. Last one was Vigilance. So we'll lose Vigilance. That's a lot of bit of damage. A lot of damage that we just lost there. 25%. I'm not sure how much it was up though. Let me see here. Let me see about trying to get this to 100%. See, do I have better? I don't think I have better Uzina gloves, but I might be able to move some things around. Give me a quick second to figure that out. Because we're at 97. Let's see here. I have an Uzina chest I saw. There's that one. So if I put that there, then I'd have to change this. Or we could add a little bit of more armor. Maybe we'll try that next, actually. Let's keep this the way it is. Was that any good? Do we like that? Yeah. God, man, it does not want to give us good Uzina rolls, huh? All right, let's reset control points and then fast travel back over there. I've been farming Uzina for like 2 days now. 3 days now, actually. 2 days. What up, AG? What did they tweak? Rob, Penta, what did they tweak in Rigor? So I'm not familiar with any tweaks. Okay, I'm gonna try not using the shield a little bit here. Like cut the shield usage down maybe in half. Just pop it in, pop it out kind of thing. Let's get this party started. Gotta get in the range for this thing to kick in though, huh? Not get hit by an exploding guy. Whatever you do. See, they can't even take their own fire, huh? I hear footsteps, so like I'm like trying to dodge those footsteps. Oh, way far away. Fuck. The chameleon doesn't really have a lot of range on it, you know what I mean? That's why I had to pull in closer to really get him. I would have spent probably a whole mag trying to get him at that distance. Okay, we're gonna go get that guy upstairs because he's annoying me. They always do that. It's so annoying, right? You go up, they go down. Where'd he go? Little fucker. Okay, let's go back down now. Come on. You know what would be nice, actually? Is to run survivalists and be able to throw and stand in your own fire grenades. What do you guys think? You know what I mean? You can spawn kill really well like that. Come on, guy. I mean, we'd lose some armor on kill, but with... I'm thinking like maybe with this... Adrenaline rush, we don't need as much. God damn it. Who's back there shooting at me? Way over there? Oh god, these civilians are worthless. I hope nobody's out there using the glitch right now, by the way. Not just because you could potentially get banned, may or may not, but also, you know, respect your other players in the game. You know, when they, you know, if you're playing legendary, something like there's a hunter. It's not fun for them if somebody comes in with a glitch. Think about the other people you're playing with. Some people want to play the honest game, so to speak. You know what I mean? Accept the challenge that Division 2 gives you. The fact that we're vulnerable to death. You know what I mean? Like, nobody really... Do you guys really want to be invulnerable? I mean... You don't really want that, do you? You know? Would you play the game if you were? If the game is too hard, like if you know, then drop it down to challenging, you know, drop it down to challenging or play on heroic. If you don't like legendaries or hard mode. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong if the game is too challenging for you. You know, people get it. Some people never go to heroic. Some people are comfortable and happy at heroic level, you know? But I think if you're using the glitch to become invulnerable, then it might be a sign that, you know, heroic level might not be for you. There's nothing wrong with that. There's some games out there that are a lot easier than the Division 2, right? They kind of don't have NPCs that are such a pain in the ass. Because our NPCs are really a pain. Which is why I kind of like it. Like Outrider. Like I was looking at the new, what is the game called? The Descendants, the first Descendants. And it's, for me, I gotta say it doesn't look interesting. It doesn't. It looks like another Outriders game, and Outriders was kind of lame to me. Never played it. I didn't have to. It's just that I don't want to fight bugs and giants per se. You know what I mean? Like unrealistic enemies. I mean, I like sci-fi as much as the next guy. You know what I mean? But I mean, our NPCs are monsters too, aren't they? I mean, they're fucking monsters. Yeah, this would be interesting with survivalists and to be able to huck grenades. And you just kind of stand in your own puddle of fire. You can see that being handy. Spawn killing technique. Oh, that fucking shield is gonna be the end of me. Way far away. I feel like this is a never-ending control point. Another spawn is coming. She has quite the flamethrower. You see how far her reach is on that thing? It's like 20 meters. One way to fix it too is to add one more armor core. Try doing that too. To help that shield out. 'Cause that dizzy thing is a pain. Or we could also run the Banshee Pulse instead of the decoy. Ooh, they all got smart and went around that fire. See that? Oof, that guy's slow to make that corner. Being rough in here today. Yeah, because if we go with another armor core and a Adrenaline Rush, I could try to put on Intimidate, actually. That would be cool. Intimidate and Adrenaline Rush aren't the best because of, you know, the time in, time out kind of thing, but God, there's more. This guy don't want to go away. I think I'm just used to using that one shot, one kill build. Let's see, repair skills. We're really trying to get some good God rolls here. Brazos is holding out. Well, that's not bad. Too bad it's got Vanguard though, you know? Because then you can put a skill tier on that, but we'll take it. The chameleon buff just times out, or you can switch weapons. Yeah, if you, that's why when you use a chameleon, you can't really, you know, like with Striker and stuff like that, you know, you gotta think about like if you're gonna run a shotgun to get your stacks. You can initially, but gotta think through your timing there. I'll switch it out of your chameleon. Gotta wait for everything to expire. Alex Greeley, what up, man? Yeah, oh, Rob Pinto, I think that was just a bug. I think that's what it was. I don't think they, because there's a bunch of gear sets that they fixed that bug for. I really didn't understand the language, and if I didn't. And I don't think I experienced that bug either. So, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've used that gear set before, and it's okay. It just, you know, it works. It does what it's supposed to do. It just, I don't know. Just doesn't stand out. I think that's why I don't particularly go to it, but nothing wrong with it. It's not weak. So I think like we could try adding, yeah, so I think that's what we're gonna try to do. Let me, hold on, let me go back, reset this. I think the trade-off is, because our time to kill is so fast with, Adrenaline Rush is okay, you know what I mean? Our time to kill is so fast with Vigilance that we could probably just trade off one armor core and keep Vigilance. So add one armor core, take off a damage core, keep Vigilance, and see if that's better. Or keep Adrenaline Rush. So we'll try both. Negative Ramos. Yeah, they did fix that, Grumpy. I did see that. There was 2 fixes for 4 set pieces, or whatever you call it. 4 set gear sets. For 4-piece gear sets. There were 2 bugs that were happening. One of them I didn't experience, and the one of them I experienced a lot, which is like sometimes you wouldn't get the 4 set bonus unless you took off a piece and then put it back on. Yeah, I remember that. It was annoying. So we got this. So look, let's put this on there, and then I can move one of these pieces off, which to a Cheska. Do that one. Yeah, and then gonna move some things around here real quick. So I'm adding 1 armor core. That's all I'm doing, and then I think I'm gonna try Intimidate. I don't use it a lot, but I have used it with the last time I used it was with Heartbreaker, and I really liked it. But I think I used Heartbreaker with the Memento, I think. So we may not like that, but I think it's want to try different combos here. And so we still got that, and then we need to change the gloves to add that hazard protection. And so, I mean, you can run, like, the point is to kind of be able to choose the hazards for heroic are really about, I mean, in my opinion, you can do it however you want, but it's really about like getting out of cover, right? Like, so there we go. So 1.3. And so, because that's what the threats do for you. I mean, so fire, not so much. I mean, fire, like the fire hazards, they can throw it. You could be playing from cover and they can throw it to where you're sitting, and that sucks, you know, whatever. But like the riot foam guys, like when I'm playing out of cover and kind of running and gunning kind of thing, those riot foam guys are my biggest threat, right? Because they stick you to the ground and then the whole team shoots at you. You know, the worst. This is the worst, right? When they send 2 to 3 or 3 riot foam guys at you at the same time. Oh my gosh, you got these cross streams. You feel like you're in like the Ghost and Ghostbusters. You know what I mean? They're like, don't cross the streams, you know, and they're like foaming you. And it's just like, oh my God, there's just no way out of 3 riot foamers, you know? But ultimately where I want to take this build is to test it against the hunters. once we get everything all fine-tuned. Oh, this guy, I hate this chainsaw guy. Holy shit, he died quick once you break that armor, huh? All right, let's, status effects, I'll take it. So we just gotta keep our eye on that bonus armor. Yeah, you can turn on the exposure event by going, the expose event or whatever, SHD expose, just by going into your menu. You can toggle it on and off. See that? Like I removed the shield and it's still. Come on, give me your head. Don't be suppressed. Ah. There we go. Yeah, it kind of feels better, I think. Let's not get shot in the back. Come on. God damn it. These guys are taking forever to get here. Yeah, they make funny decisions about what they decide to fix and what they don't, right? I haven't got their logic either. I think it might be based on what their team's actual capabilities are, you know? Like, they might not have... God damn it. I bet you they have to, like, God, he was, like, stuck in my shield. Come on, guys. Get over here. You have to like request time from developers, external developers, and there's probably a queue, and that's my guess because they're like completely understaffed, right? They like, I mean, I'm speculating on how it works over there, but I understand most corporate environments when you have to farm out help from other departments, it's usually you have to try to anticipate your needs. And then you got to send them over and how many hours that you think you're going to need from those developers for the coming week or two. You know what I mean? And so when there's surprises, you're like, they're going to be like, yeah, sorry, we can't accommodate. You know, we just can't. We only have so many developers and, you know, you're like, you're going to have to wait till next week, whatever. You know, because they're using those departments in, where was it, Albania? Was it, I think it was, right? Is that right? Albania? One of their offices, European offices. Come on, I want that fire. There it is. Wow, his punch broke my shield. Yeah, good power there. As long as you don't have the whole team shooting at your back, you'll be all right. So it seems that Intimidate is holding up. Was it Budapest? Is that what it was? Yeah, that might be right. But I don't know what the problem is, but there's just something weird about the way that they're making decisions, right? Like it's... And so it might not be up to them, and that's kind of why things kind of go the way they are. And what I mean by up to, not up to them is like based on how many resources they have. Get off me, dude. God. He's following me for like an hour. Really? Really? I dove out of the way. They're so fast on that thing. Like, even if you dive out of the way, their reach is still, it still gets you with their punches. Bucharest. He says Bucharest. Emperor says Bucharest. I think we're getting closer. Bucharest, Budapest, like Budapest sounds nice this time of year. We might actually try glass cannon. Because if hazards aren't a problem for us, then you know we could use that that burst damage to our advantage. You know, it's just about not getting shot in the back. The problem with the adrenaline rush, any of the bonus armors really, right, is that it doesn't protect you from range. Well, adrenaline rush doesn't so much. Where, oh god, that was not what I wanted to do. Climb over that car so I can get shot by everybody. The Memento does, right? The Memento, because you can grab your trophy, you don't have to be in any proximity to a particular enemy for the bonus armor to work. You see the shield broke there. I got into cover in time, I know I did, you know what I mean? And it just breaks, it's like, even though I'm in cover. God, I hate the shield. Maybe we need to drop the shield altogether. The thing is, if you're running bonus armor, it's nice to have the shield to protect the bonus armor. If you're using Intimidate, especially. But in order to do that, you gotta run so much armor to, you know, and that's kind of been my latest position on shields. It's like you either go all in on the shield and run all the armor, or go all red. You know what I mean? And just make the wimpiest shield possible, and then use it from behind cover as like a peekaboo tactic, you know? Yeah, no, the chameleon accuracy is not good, not that good at all. I agree with you. It's like using a vector. It's basically a vector estimate. It's like using the dark. It's better than the Dark Winter, though. Got to give it that. But yeah, it's like using a vector SMG. It's basically the same thing. But if you're close, it's not a problem, right? If you're just really close, it's got its moments. Okay, I'm going to reset the control points. Now I'm going to try, I think I'm going to try glass cannon on this, if I can. I know it sounds crazy, and maybe it is, maybe it's a bad idea, but it's worth the shot because you see the burst damage. Like I can, you know, you've seen this, like where we're able to go out and run all red, no hazard protection builds, and maintain positions out of cover, right? Because of if your burst damage is so damaging that you can stagger the enemy and then kill the enemy, then you can whip off. You can use that to your advantage as long as you know how to play the field. You know what I mean? As long as you know how to play the field. Like if you don't know how to play the field, if you're taking like direct approaches versus flanks, stuff like that, then you're constantly gonna take damage and you're gonna get frustrated. But if you're able to take a lot of flanks and kind of work around in circles and stuff like that, then you shoot them before they shoot you, and then you always win because you're wearing glass cannon or not glass cannon, but whatever, something really strong, and that works. And that's why a lot of our builds, like, our only weakness is right foam, because it literally is. They stop you. If they stop you, then the whole team will start shooting you in the face. I didn't mind intimidate though. That actually worked pretty well. But I want to try this. And then let's swap back over. So what I can do is front load on front load on damage here. Still, we'll still keep the 1.3 million armor. I don't know if I need it, but we'll hold on to it for now. Clear out the stuff real quick. Crappy pieces, man. What's going on? Oh, there we go. But I'm tired of getting good Brazos holsters. I swear all my Brazos are in the holsters department. Look at that. I already got good crit chance, crit damage. 10.3, 4.9. I keep getting really good Brazos in this area. It sucks. Okay, so 10.3, 4.9. Then 11.2, 4.3. Okay, so that one's better. So we'll dump the other one. What up, Smits? Yeah, so okay, so let's go check this and then see if we like it better. We could also see here. Man, blue rate's not bad. Blue rate's pretty strong, actually. For maintaining it. I mean, that's where we started, but let me try that again real quick. I think it's the buff. I think it's the duration of the buff, isn't it, Corporal? And then there's a timer. I mean, I'd have to look at it to read it. What up, rah? Yeah, Peter, I like the Umbra with the shield. Like running all red and then playing legendary with it and using it from behind cover like you're saying, it works really well. Because yeah, popping the shield pushes you out of cover. You still have to take a step back sometimes, because sometimes if you're standing against cover, the game thinks you're still in cover. We might be better off with the Banshee, but I'm gonna holding on to this decoy for another control point or two. Okay, so here's some riot foam. Oh, there's two of them back here. Oh, I blew myself up. Don't do that. Hey, remember, explosions don't count as a hazard. That does. Shock does. Yeah, we got good killing power with this setup. Intimidate wasn't bad though. So I have an extra armor core here. We might want to get rid of it. We're running 1.3 right now. Oops. Drop that shield before they break it. What are they doing? Where are they coming from? They stuck? Or is it just these guys over there? God, they got turrets everywhere. Jerks. They're bosses. There's one. Oh God, I don't want to pick that up. See that riot foam? You see that riot foam raining? What's he doing? Yeah, this is a lot better. I mean, this is the original setup. We got 1.3 million armor. I might want to pull that armor. That extra armor. I mean, we're surviving. You're like, well, you're surviving. It's working. Don't break it. But And we're doing more than surviving. We're maximizing our time out of cover. That's the point here. Just to not be held back by this thing. Sometimes it could just be kind of like the layout of your control points too, right? Like on how you perform. Like that other one is overgrowth where we were or whatever. You know, you got the guy shooting at you from upstairs and shit. There it is. It's not bad. Not bad. It's, you know what's really weird, like what I'm noticing, like what I'm feeling is that like I feel like when we take a hit, we take a lot of damage. And I don't know why it feels like that. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't. It's not logical. Like I'm trying to think about it. We got a lot of armor. We got 20% armor on kill, so we're getting our armor back. So that's not really a problem. But it just seems like they're like the enemy's hitting really hard. I know that doesn't really isn't very helpful, but it feels like they're hitting harder than usual. Then they're not that I know of, but that's sort of what it feels like. You take one hit and you're like, ooh, look at my 30% of my armor's gone from one hit. It's like, why? How? Right? We're not running glass cannon. We're not running anything that would cause that, but it sort of kind of feels like that, you know? Anyways, so let me drop that armor down here. I think if I can put I think what I did is I had this Cheska here and then had this was up, I think. Because, you know, let me try it again without that one armor core. Well, you know what it is? You know, it's probably, you know what I'm thinking about it? I think it's probably because I'm used to, like, when I'm playing that way, as a matter of fact, this is probably it. When I'm playing out of cover and running and gunning, I almost always use the Memento. I think that's what it is. That's what I'm describing there. So the Memento, it is so good, right? Because you get your kill and what happens? They drop you a nice little trophy, right? And then that trophy gives you that bonus armor to last you for your next kill. And you get a damage spike. And so you might take damage in between enemies or from an enemy across the field, but by the time you get to your next engagement, you're still at full armor. Then you kill that guy, you get your armor on kill plus your bonus armor again. You know what I mean? And then so on and so forth. Why can I? Weird. Gonna wail on that shield. You see that? Drop that shield fast, because look at those guys, how far away they are and how much damage I'm taking. You see what I'm saying? They're so far away. And the level of damage I'm taking from that distance, and there's no trophies to pick up on kills. So, I mean, you're getting your armor on kill, but with the Memento, you're getting your armor on kill plus your trophy on kill. You know what I mean? And when you're out, so when you're not playing out of cover, when you're in cover, you don't need all that. But when you're running around, that it's an extra shielding. It's not a bonus. It's like, it's almost more like it's more of a requirement, you know? But the downside is, I mean, it's nice to not use a memento all the time. So that aside, right? Like it's nice to not use a memento a lot. So when we have a reason to, like, a hazard protection as a build is a reason to not use a memento, just because I don't think you can, right? Like, in order to get max hazard protection, like 100% hazard protection, you got to use all 6 pieces. You can still run an exotic, but it would have to be something with hazard protection on it, like the vial, or actually, I don't even think that would work. Because as you can see, well, another way, actually, I'm just thinking about it here. Like, another way could be to try to, let me see here. So this is 20 pieces. You could do through, hold on, let me go back to the lab. Let me go back to the lab, because I think there's another way here. To like free up a slot. No, John, vigilance is only for weapons. So yeah, you could put on a skill build, but it would just buff your weapon. Not a bad idea. If you're looking to balance your weapon with your skills. I mean, one of the other ways is 511s, right? 3 511s, but that sucks. You know? I mean, you can run your death grips for 10% armor on kill, but you still got to run 2 other pieces. The vial will only give you 10 down below, nothing above. Oh, New York City, though. I hate New York, Mike. I haven't gone to New York in like... I only go to New York on Tuesdays to look at the vendor. Actually, I think one of these manhunts requires us to go to New York, doesn't it? Federal Triangle right there. No, that's DC. I think one of these are going to require us to go to New York. They usually do. Because Federal Triangle's here, right? Yeah. So I will as soon as that manhunt pops up and makes me go to Wall Street. I know it's going to force us over there. Usually does, right? Well, what I came over here to see is like if there's a way to free up one, like to make a mock. You can't make a mock has y'all piece because all our mods don't give you hazard protection. They only give you like bleed or fire. They're very specific. because I want my cake and eat it too. And so I want my bonus, like I want to do like what the Memento does, right? I want to get bonus armor and weapon damage. And vigilance is only weapon damage. What up, Lorenzo? Brassy, the Pestilence, basically just shoot somebody 50 times. That's all you gotta do. Shoot somebody 50 times and get them to die. And when they die, it'll transfer over the stacks to the nearest enemy 20 meters away. Does that make sense? And so, and that's called a waterfall effect. And so once you get a waterfall going, then you're gonna shoot the next guy that has the waterfall so that he dies faster. Or you can start another waterfall on another enemy. So you can have multiple waterfalls going on the field at the same time, like one on the left side of the field and one on the right side of the field or whatever. There's no wrong way to do it. But once I get a waterfall go, because so once you can either make the waterfall spread faster by, this is all you need to know. All you need to know is like to shoot one guy until you get 50 stacks and then make sure he dies inside 10 seconds. And then the waterfall is spread, and then everybody you want it that gets the waterfall, you want to make sure they die with that waterfall inside 10 seconds. And so that's why you shoot at them, to ensure that they die inside 10 seconds, and it doesn't take 11 seconds. Because if they don't die inside 10 seconds, then the waterfall ends with that enemy. So you want that waterfall to basically go around and kill the entire field. And so in theory, you never have to put out more shots than 50. You just put out 50 shots, get it spread, and then everybody dies, right? I mean, that's how it works in theory, but it's not gonna happen. You gotta, every enemy's gonna have different levels of armor and health, and you know. And sometimes it'll land itself on the skill and start ticking on the skill, and or the enemies will be out of range. There's that riot foam, right? Nice. You can shoot that riot foam for the next guy. Yeah, this feels pretty good, this level of armor we have here. Because our time to kill is nice, and we can get our armor back. The guy in that tower, we gotta get him off. Let me heal from that. God, that shield breaks and you're toast. That guy upstairs the whole time is wailing on us. Come on, guys. Get over here. Okay, let me just kill myself because it's going to take an hour. Yeah, you can run the Hollow Man mask, but I'm not sure that the guys with health are really our problem. We could try it, though. I got it. I got a good one. I think I originally didn't use it because had an armor core on it. I mean, we're chewing through the armor pretty quick, so I'm thinking about the hollow mask. We're chewing through their armor pretty quick, so I mean, these red guys aren't even a problem, and they can't even take the damage, right? I mean, so they'll just die faster, and so maybe it'll help us after we break the armor chew through the enemy faster, you know? I don't know. We'll check. We're definitely a killer. See, like right there, like that's our weakness, distance, and like because when we're inside 15, 20, we're like we do really well because even if somebody's shooting us in the back, because we are gonna get that kill from the guy standing in front of us, right? The enemies. Our damage is so good, the enemies aren't a problem. The problem is on approach, taking damage on approach, which is the same thing as saying taking damage from distance, right? Like, which is any out of covers build's problem, but a lot of out of cover builds use the Memento, so it negates that problem, and so not running the Memento. You have to, I guess, counter that, I guess is the right word to say. It's a matter of countering it. As you can see, like, so if we're there, if we're on the enemy, they don't have a chance. All red, all yellow, boss, doesn't matter. But if we're not there, then that damage, getting shot from an enemy, like here we go, like here's one at distance, right? So we're taking on the guy that's standing in front of us. He won't be a problem. But the damage we're taking from the guy at the distance point, he's our problem, which is a very common, that's always been an issue for an out of cover build, right? They were about to break my shield right there. But with the Memento fixes that problem because you pick up this blue bonus armor on kill, and so you accept that damage, that extra damage. What was that? Oh, I guess it might have been her. And so when we get our kill, so if we take like 60, 70% damage from an enemy, you know, we're like, okay, cool, on to the next. We kill that enemy. We take 60, let's say this is what happens, right? This is what I'm seeing. We take 67% damage from maybe multiple enemies, right? As we're killing one or whatever. And then we get that kill, And then we're like, cool. So we get our 20% armor, but that still means we got a gap of like 50% armor loss, right? Like there we go, like right there, right? And so by the time, so after 2 or 3 enemies of that happening, you got 50 guys to kill, right? You got 50 guys to kill. So after 2 or 3 enemies of that happening, which is always gonna happen, it's always gonna happen because in the Division 2, you always take damage, right? It's rare to not take damage in this game. I mean, even sniper builds, right? They take damage. Hiding in the back and whatever. And so, again, with the Memento, you could keep going with that because, so if they shoot through your armor, you know, the 80% of your armor and you only got 20% armor, you get that kill, you're gonna get 20% of your armor back. Now you're at 40%, you pick up a trophy, and we got 2 blue cores here. Let's say we only had 2 blue cores with the Memento, that's another 20% armor kill, so we got 40% of our armor back. And then we go to the next guy, you know, take a little bit of damage, and then, you know, get the kill. It stacks that armor back onto us, you know what I mean? And then by the time we get 2 or 3 kills, we're back to 100% armor, you know? And so when we're running no bonus armor, it's almost like we never ever get back to full armor. You know what I mean? And just when we do, we lose it again, you know? All right, let's go see if I have. I mean, so we could try the Hollow Man mask, but it's not going to fix anything because the Hollow Man mask isn't for the elites. It's for, I guess, tanks, tech, weak points, chungas. It does help with weak points, so there's that. That'd be a good thing. And the non-elites, which the red guys get dusted so fast, I don't even notice them on the field anymore. Yeah, I haven't seen, by the way, like what Destroyers is saying, like, I haven't seen one of these mysterious exotic components. I don't even know what it looks like. I don't even know what that thing's gonna look like when it gets. I'm gonna be so surprised. Yeah, so I mean, I shoot at weak points a lot, so maybe the Hollow Man mask will be fun. Let's see if they can. So we'll lose crit damage in exchange for that health damage. But that's all right. We got a lot of crit damage. And that's also my best Uzina piece. Let's see if we can. Really? So they're not gonna stick out like a big pink thing, like a big pink flag, like they do, like the other exotics, Grumpy? So protection from elites might fix everything that I was talking about too. Because again, non-elites aren't an issue unless they're standing on a tower or something like that, right? And we're out of cover and they're shooting us in the back from a tower, which is, you know, not much you can do there. But besides get up on that tower, right? And a Savage Wolverine on this could also work. Because Savage Wolverine doesn't require crits. And so if we do that, that's not a bad idea, actually. We could drop all the crit damage and put on, like, regen and go... Or headshot damage or whatever you want to do. If it gives you some freedom. I don't think I have it on this character, though. Yeah. That's right. Oh, Lorenzo, you've been seeing exotic components in conflict, huh? I need to get my eyes on these warlocks. See how my warfare still going over here. World's fastest internet, it's still going. Yeah, so there's a lot of weapons I'm not using on purpose, Kira, because then you'd have to load up the build with a bunch of crit chance. Well, it really depends on the weapon, I guess. How many mods it has. Where'd they go? Oh, right in my face. Let me take a look. Let me show you there in a second, my stats. It depends on the assault rifle because it's gonna be 60 gigs. I didn't look how big. It was like 6 different downloads. So it's like there's, you know, there's a campaign download, then there's this download, and there's that download. It's like a bunch that's got to get through. So let me show you, like, so we got 45% crit chance, but a lot of that is because of the chameleon. And then the chameleon doesn't give us another 20. And so that allows me to get to 200% crit damage. But if I put on, I don't have it, unfortunately, the FAMAS here, but like this, and then let's put crit chance, and we got crit chance there, and then let's pretend it had one more mod. We'd only be at 36% crit chance with one extra mod. And so that means I'm gonna have to put crit chance on all these pieces as well, and then it drops our crit damage, you know? And so the chameleon, it has to stack, of course, but it delivers 20% crit chance, 50% crit damage, and then 90% weapon damage, which is really easy to get because it's body shots. And so it's really easy to get that 90% weapon damage. And so, and it's even easier when you run it with like Striker or Umbra, right? You know? As a matter of fact, you cycle through it so fast, it's like, it's sort of hard to use another weapon. I mean, I do. Like, I've actually used the Savage Wolverine with both of those, and I really like that. The FAMAS, of course, but the chameleon, it's like, you know, if you've ever not liked the chameleon because of its stacking, then run it with Umbra or Striker, and then that's no longer a problem, because as soon as you get your stacks and then that stack expires, right? The set expires, which takes 45 seconds to do that. You'll get them right back because of the RPM boosts. You get it right back. So we got the Hollow Man mask. That's what we're testing now. So it's gonna make non-elites die faster, but they're not really a problem. But really what it'll be good for, what we're really using it for, is weak points. And so if you like shooting weak points, which I do, then it'll be huge. So here's a weak point. So she just dies. Here's a boss. The shield, huh? Oops, took too long. Got 30 meters away. Oh my God, is he lost? Get over here, dude. God, he broke the shield again. You see that? That was a brand new shield. That fucking shield. All right, so look at that. So we're about to get all of our stacks here in a second. See, like right there, see, I had to drop my shield. So one, I can move faster. And two, so he doesn't break it, right? And so, but by doing that, I'm taking body damage that I can't necessarily recover from. So I just killed two guys there, and that's, look at my armor after 2 kills, right? Shield broken again, and that's gonna put us in a very bad spot. Very bad spot. So that's it. So it's the combination with the shield breaking and 20% armor on kill is sort of not enough for being out of cover. No, you'll be like, well, there's lots of builds that do like, well, what about Hunter's Fury? It only needs 20% armor on kill. Yes, but it also has a status effect and damage on kill. So it's both, right? You got your cake and you eat it too. The status effects from Hunter's Fury, come on guys, what the hell? The status effects from Hunter's Fury is almost like bonus armor. Now, it doesn't protect you from guys at distances, of course, you know what I mean? But it's basically like bonus armor. It protects you from taking actual damage to your armor. Hectic Skeptic, I say damage. To be honest with you, like, armor is worthless in this game. It's absolutely worthless. Armor doesn't make any sense in this game, unless you're running like a tank, obviously, right? Or you're like doing something special with like armor regen, you know, which is basically a tank, going down the tank avenue. But armor is really worthless in this game. So I mean, I tried to get away with, on a lot of my builds, basically 1.1 million armor. And no more. Unless I'm running bonus armor. And then it'll be like, okay, maybe I'll throw on another core just to beef up that bonus armor. And then, but if not, 1.1 million armor is usually fine for bonus armor. It's enough for bonus armor too. So it just sort of depends on what I'm trying to do. But for out of cover, running and gunning, 1.1 million armor is perfect. If you have bonus armor especially, right? Now, and so that's why we're struggling. Be like, well, and so you might say like, oh, Tux, well, so like what just happened and how we died, right? You'd be like, adding armor wouldn't have fixed that. It would not have fixed that. I mean, it would have made the shield a little bit stronger, but they would have still broken the shield. And the problem is that when I get a kill, I got 2 kills back to back, and I got 20% armor on kill, but that only got me up to 40% armor. And so I was down 60%. So I was negative 60% armor, and then they broke my shield, and that armor is gone. Lickety split. Lickety split. You know what I mean? So, but if I was running the Memento, and I know I keep saying this, I hear you, those 2 kills would have given me 40% of my armor back, plus another 40% in total bonus armor for 10 seconds. That would have lasted to when I got to those guys. Because I have the 4 skill tier red cores, I would also have gotten another 20% plus another 20% weapon damage. So I would have got 40% armor, 40% bonus armor, and 40% extra weapon damage. So my time to kill would have been faster. I would have had a stronger shield because I would have also got a little bit of skill efficiency, right? But the bonus armor, so even if my shield broke, I would have had that bonus armor. They would have had the shield chew through also. So I would have, if I saw my shield being going to break, then I could drop my shield and say it's cool because I got bonus armor. You know what I mean? And so, you know what I mean? So like the Mementos stops or composure for backpack talents. But obliterate is, if you're running crit chance, obliterate's pretty hard to beat. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. If you like playing with scopes, which I do, focus is really strong. The focus talent.
You can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
I don't know why this sound is acting funny now.
You can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. You can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Let's get to the kill box. I like to make it the way back here. Where's he gone? Look at that one shot to the back. Boom! Took all that armor away. So there's 2 kills. You see that? That was 2 kills, and look at our armor. It didn't even look like we got the armor on kill. Matter of fact. That one did. That one did. Where are these guys? This guy behind this little fucking porta potty? What the hell? Like invisible. Where'd they go? You see that? Like, so we got our kill, right? We got the armor on kill, but it equated to nothing compared to the damage that they're pulling out. This guy back here is being a big nuisance. Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, but if we switch to the mop when we lose all of our stacks from the chameleon. I mean, at this rate, I'd have to switch to the mop on every other kill. Every kill, maybe. We could just stick with the mob. Just keep it as the primary. Somebody threw a fire grenade right on us. Something her. Oh, he tried to shock us. See, under the cover of fog, we'll probably perform better. Because they won't be shooting at us from distances, which is our weakness, right? Oof, where do you come from? Yeah, I don't know. This thing kind of laughs out of cover. It's frustrating. And I don't want to go tank. You know what I mean? I don't want to go tank. Those are too easy. I mean, it's a different concept when you go tank. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I could, Grumpy, but right now, that's not really, I'm not really testing the hazard protection right now. The hazard protection's not the issue, right? I got the hazard protection to where it needs to be. The problem is that, I mean, this is how I want to run it. That would fix all my problems. You know what I'm saying? And so, but the problem is, like, this is why you can't do this, and this is why this is a problem. You're either 100% hazard protected, or you're not, or there's nothing. It's either 100% or nothing. And I really do believe that, because you like when they stick you with riot foam. Although I'm at like 76% hazard protection, it is nice. It's helpful, but for out of cover, if you're running and gunning out of cover, like 2 seconds in riot foam, 3 seconds in riot foam, it's the same. It's the same. The whole team is shooting at you. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, I like, it's just like here's the other build that I was running. Watch, you'll check this one out. Like this build, look at it. So this one, I mean, I'm unstoppable with this build, literally unstoppable. What's different, right? I mean, technically I got less armor. You know, it says 1.1, but the other one was running New Zealand Gecko. It was actually more than 1.1. So, I mean, I'm not running Vigilance and Obliterate, right? But I'm unstoppable. Let me show you. And so the difference is, it's like the Memento will help a lot, but that's only part of the equation.
Hostile control point identified.
Oh yeah, pistol builds are great. This one's technically a pistol build too. Chubby fish. As a matter of fact, you can run this one with, I rendered this one with like 3 directives because I use my skills on it. But if you don't want your skills, you can run all 5 directives. But here, I'll show you, let me just show the build real quick. This is the build I was using yesterday and I'm in love with it. Let's see, what weapon am I using? Hold on, let me get the right weapons. Gotta adjust myself here. Hold on a second. See the bonus armor? I'm only running 1.1 million armor, right? And so, but there's a small amount of regen happening under there too that will continue to happen and it'll continue to grow. So it's sort of a balance. I think probably the most appropriate way to describe it is that there's a balance of things that are working, right? And one of them is the armor, the bonus armor, the regen, and the time to kill, right? I gotta get my switching weapons correct though. Hold on, let me get my... Don't know how to switch weapons apparently. Fix that real quick. I gotta get used to this. And see, there's nothing faster than one shot, one kill, right? So that's part of the reasons why. But like, notice I don't have a shield where the other build I had to have a shield, right? And why? Because, well, no matter your time to kill, you can go shieldless. You can. I got assault rifle builds that go shieldless. I do, but it's faster to kill an enemy with a one bullet than half a mag, right? Even that half a mag is like really fast, right? And so, no matter what, one bullet is always faster than half a mag. And so if you get good at acquiring targets quickly, that's on you, right? Acquiring targets is on you, and the riot foam makes that easier. That's why it's called the cheat code, because it's almost like cheating. Oh, this guy's a pain. Who else is there? You got him. I mean, the point is that this one doesn't require a shield, you know? That's kind of the point. And so, you know, to be out of cover, you don't need to have a shield if you got other things kind of going for you, right? And what are those other things? And time to kill is always a part of it. But like I was saying with that other build, it's not our time to kill that's the problem. It's our recovery. Or I think to be even more specific, it's our resistance. You know, because 20% armor on kill, how much armor on kill does this have? Look at it. How much armor on kill does it have? 0, right? But when I use this, I get 20% armor on kill. So it's got 20% armor on kill, basically. You know, and I use the Nemesis a lot just because I think it's fun. It's challenging, it's fun. But the reality is that it's actually an 1886 build. And so I use the Nemesis to proc Headhunter, and then I go around and kill everybody with one bullet. So it's constant. It's the armor on kill, but it's when we get the trophy like that, it's 40% armor on kill, right? Because I'm running 1.1 million armor. So I get 20% armor on kill plus 20% bonus armor. So it's 40% armor on kill. No shield, you know? And I'm okay with that with this build, right? And so... and that's because I can literally kill the enemy before they shoot back at me, before they even shoot at me. And that's the difference. You can't do that with an assault rifle unless you get the jump on them, right? And you can't always get the jump on them. Sometimes you get into a situation where you just can't. But I can stand in front of an enemy and like just right in front of him, put one bullet in him and he'll be dead. And then even if I take incoming fire, I'll put one bullet in him. He's dead. It limits the amount of damage I take. but also I instantly recover that plus pick up a blue shield, right? And so with the hazard protection one, so that's what we're struggling. It's a little bit of resistance, but more importantly, it's the armor on kill. In order to play out of cover like that, we need a blue shield. And we need it, and the best blue shield out there is probably going to be probably the Heartbreaker and then the Memento, right? I think that's how I would rate it. Blue shield.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Get up, buddy. Oh my god.
Vital signs 0.
Oh god, you gotta go so far away for this to work. I mean, to go back to that control point. I wish they fixed that. You know what I mean? So that you could just go back to where you died instead of having to go back to a safe house. You can only do it if your control point captain hasn't arrived. That doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I mean? All right, let's see how long. 71% still. Yeah. So, anyways, so I got to figure that out. Now I don't know if, and I don't know. I'm kind of got a creative writer's block on it right now with that hazard protection, because it's not, the hazard protection's fine. The time to kill is great. The hazard protection is great. Let's just say what it is, right? Can't get any better than 100% hazard protection. The time to kill was amazing with obliterate, vigilance combo, or intimidate adrenaline rush, you know? But adrenaline rush only works for the enemies that are standing near you, and, you know, and then we just don't have quite have the recovery to take to recover from all the damage we're taking. And then the shield keeps breaking, and then in order to fix the shield, you end up having to add a bunch of armor, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to turn it into a tank. It's just not very fun. God, there's a lot of guys here. Fuck. Speaking of hazard protection, Jesus Christ.
Agent deceased. Hostile control point detected.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, if you're a tank going into, speaking of tanks, I mean, do you usually run hazard protection on your tanks? Or do you usually run armor regen, right? Because most tanks can't kill worth shit, right? It's just... And so hazard protection might not bother you if you're a tank, right?
Detected. In location. Guarded by hostiles.
I mean, hazards might not bother you. Oh, I always hit the wrong button there. See, I took damage, but the bonus armor gets me to that next kill, so I can get more. And that's the difference between the builds. Like, this one can run without a shield because of that. And the time to kill, of course, is part of it, right? But time to kill aside, excuse me, I want to pick up my damage and load up, and then I'll blow up your backpack. Which way, which way, which way? Back.
Incoming hostiles detected. Hostiles guarding location nearby.
Fast, huh? No shield. What can I tell you? You know what I mean? So it's really interesting because it's not interesting. It's just well, it is. There's a big topic here. There is a big topic here. You know what I mean? And the topic is right from is this build's only weakness, by the way. The big topic is how good the Memento is. That's the topic, really. And it bugs people, right? Oh, how did that happen? How did I lose my perk? Hold on, bossy, bossy, bossy. Oh, I missed you. Jesus. Glitch. The problem is, it bugs a lot of people, and it doesn't bug me, but it does bug a lot of people that, you know, to see the Memento on so many builds, and I get why, you know, but the reality is that if I were to give you a build that I know the Memento is best in slot on that build, I wouldn't be delivering my promise, which is the best build. You know what I mean?
Supply room access unlocked.
Yeah. So the backfire makes a lot of sense. Like, so we could do that. You know what I mean? We could turn it into a tank build and just take it a different direction, but the problem isn't the level of armor. That's the problem, because there's still, you'll be like, we're gonna have a lot more armor, but they're still gonna be able to take it away pretty easy. We'll kill them. We're basically, by adding a bunch of armor, what do we get? Well, nothing. We still get the same 20% armor on kill. You know what I mean? We could take more punches, but no, but the enemies still hit harder than us. They're still outnumber us, and they're still gonna whittle down our armor to nothing. And so we're still gonna have 20% armor on kill. You know what I mean? So the backfire isn't fixing what the real problem is. This is aside from you, Ashes. I'm just saying, like, the Memento is the fix. you know, but the truth is you can't do it with the Memento. It's either that or the other way to do it. I mean, the way it was going is fine. It's fine, but I want to counter that weakness, right? As long as we get the jump on the enemies, we're fine. Like, we're slaughtering them, we're cutting them down so fast, but you know, you constantly take damage, and eventually that's gonna get you to a point where you have to use an armor kit. That's annoying for me, right? But so we can run adrenaline rush, but you know, I know adrenaline rush's weaknesses too, which is always that, like, you're still going to be taking damage from afar, and your recovery is still going to be the same. Oops. How did I miss you? Anyways, but going back to this Memento discussion, kill him a rat foam. You know, it's a problem about how good the backpack is, right? Like, it's best in slot for so many builds and so many builds. Even if you're not running and gunning, it's like, damn, you know. I'm now running the Memento on almost on all my sniper build, my headshot builds too, because I realized, like, headshots is like the ultimate end game build, right? Well, you might not know that yet, but headshot builds are ultimate end game builds, because when you can anticipate enemy spawns and movements, and then catch them at those spawns, and then shoot the whole damn group with one bullet in less than 5 seconds, it just makes it really easy. You're gonna elect that. Hold still. Oh shit, missed you. Oh, there's another one. Oh, come on. Didn't see him back there. Would have killed him first. Let me guess, my group isn't here yet. God damn it. Where are they? I don't know if the Memento would make any build good. It's really the player. I think it's, I mean, I would say differently, A1 Mo. I know what you mean. The Memento doesn't make every build good. I think it's really the player. So I was having this discussion, I think the other night on stream. It's a really good point that you're making there, is that because I think a lot of people, you can look at it in 3 different ways, right? Like, some people think the Memento sucks in group play, but again, it's really the player, you know? And so there's that, but I think it's really the player that makes any build good. It's a big discussion point there. It's a really big discussion point there, because that's kind of, that ties along with me saying that I don't believe that a meta build exists truly. You know, I don't think there's really such a thing. It's kind of a myth. I believe that about the concept of a meta. I believe there's your meta, and I believe that there's my meta, but there's no the meta. Unless you group it. I mean, we can change definitions, but the point is that it's what I've realized with testing, and as I've evolved as a player and complicated builds, and for myself, and tested against, you know, Ultimate Heartbreaker, Ultimate Striker, Ultimate Glass Cannon, you know, all this stuff, I realized, like, the results are always the same in the end. How can that be? How can the results always be the same no matter what build I run? Because it's the player, right? It is the player. It's the player that drives the build. Look at that this way. So, you know, you go to, like, NASCAR or something like that, and if I gave you the fastest car in the world, would you win the race? Probably not. Almost definitely not. because you're not a professional racer, right? And so even though you, as a matter of fact, let me put it this way. If I gave you the fastest car in the world, and I gave a professional racer, or even an average fucking racer, a mediocre, or the slowest car in the world, if I gave a mediocre professional racer the slowest car and you the fastest car, he'd still win. He'd still win the race. But wait, you have the meta car. Yeah, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's the player. And even if you drove even if I gave like, let's take the two fastest racers in the world and put them in a head-to-head, right? And I gave one guy the fastest professional racing car, and the other guy the slowest racing car. We're talking about splitting hairs in all reality, right? And that is the difference between winning, right? It's just like the old Fast and Furious. It's not how much you win by. You could win by an inch or a mile, but it's the fact that you win. And in professional racing, if you look at the times, the win times are by fractions of a second, right? Fractions of a second. And that's the difference with these builds. The difference between the meta, quote unquote, meta build in the Division 2 and then just a decent DPS build is fractions of a second. It really is. I know this because I tested it. I tested it with myself, and I ran 4 control points, and I timed it down to the basically the millisecond, to the 10th of a second. And the Perfect Glass Cannon build was the same as basically a Striker set before they changed Striker. And, you know, I just used an average Striker. And then I also tested it against a braced assault rifle build. And they all came out with the same time. And that's why I was just like, wait a second. And then the whole point is like, there is no meta. I was testing this out, the meta concept. And it's just like, how can the meta build tie the slowest, what can be considered the slowest assault rifle build, time to kill build in the game? And I had 150, and that build had a 150% or 180%, something like that, accuracy. 180% accuracy. No damage talent on the chest or the weapon. It was running braced with the rail splitter, right? And it basically tied with the meta, which was glass cannon, coyotes, contractors, all that shit, right? And it tied with the 4-piece strikers, striker chest, fox's prayers, that type of shit. All using the same guns, all using CTARs. And so, but the one thing that was consistent was the player, right? It was me driving all 4 or all 3 cars. And so the truth is that the glass cannon one was faster. It was, but it was so, the difference was so small that it was imperceivable to the naked eye. I had to do a frame by frame recording. It's really interesting. It's a really interesting concept. And so, you know, ooh, there's a good one. Sort of. And so anyways, going back to the Memento backpack, you know, circling back to that, because that's what this all relates to, is that, and it's a problem, and I'll tell you what the problem is, what I think the problem is, right? It's, but it's the players. So the people that say that the Memento sucks in group play, well, that's because it's not that they're bad players, but they might not be aggressive enough for the Memento. And so we use the Memento in most of our legendary builds. Me and my buddies do. And which you guys are my buddies. Anyways, we use it in legendary speedruns as well. You don't have to, but we do. We did to test it. And it works great. right? And then we competed against each other with it, and we had no problem getting our trophies, you know. And so it does depend. So, like, but if you're playing with a team that's better than you, that's getting more kills than you are, then yeah, I mean, you're getting outperformed, but it's not your build. It's the player. I promise you, it's not the build. The build, just like I said, if I give a professional the slowest car and you the fastest car, the professional is still gonna win, right? Because he knows how to race. He knows how to cut those corners. He knows how to lean into it, right? And so, well, you don't. You're, you know, granted, you're not a professional racer. You don't do it as a career. Anyways, and not that the people you're playing with are professional gamers per se, but some of them might be really good or better than you at playing legendaries, or know who their priority targets are, or maybe they have better accuracy. Maybe it comes down to that. I don't know, but. So that's where the memento, the memento is, it's like nothing else in the game. I mean, it's like, no, I should say it differently. It's like everything else in the game. It's all depends on the player, right? Like for me, I think, as a matter of fact, Headhunter is the best talent in the game. But for a lot of you, you might hate it. You know, you might think it's the worst because you don't like landing headshots. Right? But is that the builds? Is that the talent's fault, or is that the player? Is the player again, right? It usually comes down to the player, I think. And so the memento's like that. But let's get back to the problem, right? The problem is with the memento. Ooh, somebody right here. Is that it's perfect. There's nothing wrong with the memento. The problem is that our backpack talents haven't been addressed in a really long time. So they gave us this memento, which is great, but oh man, god damn it, there's that fucking riot phone. Come on, get off of me. I'm fire. They gave us this memento, which is really good, and then they never bothered to take a look at the other skill or talents and see if they needed to be adjusted, and they do. God damn, I can't believe I missed that shot. Yeah, my bad. You gotta land your shots, man. Look at nobody around. Ah, that sucks because I'm farming this area. You know what I mean? So it's like, so my point is that it is the players that drive any particular thing, talent, whatever. I truly believe that. So if the memento isn't for you, if you hate the memento, it's like it's not fitting to your play style. Or your skill level, or both, right? And so but the reality is that they need to fix the rest of our backpack talents. They suck, and I try them. I do. I mean, vigilance. So vigilance is good. I like vigilance. You know, I used to run it on all my sniper builds, but now I don't. Right? I used to run vigilance on all my sniper builds. Even if I was playing from cover, no running and gunning, I decided to go for the memento. The memento's better. It's better on my sniper builds. It's better. Why is it better? You guys know why. It's going to give me 30% weapon damage. Well, this is 25% weapon damage. But wait, that's multiplicative. It's total weapon damage, right? Where this is just weapon damage. So total weapon damage is better than weapon damage, even though it's 25%. And the memento gives you 30. Yes, but the memento can't be disabled. Vigilance can. So the memento will stay up. So once you get your trophies, it stays up. And what else do you get? 3% armor regen. You get damage buffs. The damage gets buffed even beyond the 30% when you're grabbing fresh trophies. And you get skill efficiency. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it comes down to like, I think we just get tired as a player base not having survivability, right? And so that's kind of where it's gone to. So even on my sniper builds, hiding in cover, I'm now defaulting back to the memento because of the regen and the bonus armor and the damage that cannot be disabled. And it's fine, you know. It's not and I can still use vigilance. I can still use vigilance, but it's just like, it's just really hard to argue with. Be like, oh, well, you know, I get everything that vigilance gives me, and then plus the 3% of armor regen, which is all the regen I could ever use on a sniper build in cover. Plus I get a skill tier for my decoy and my fixer drone. You know what I mean? Like, how can you say no to a skill tier to your decoy and your fixer drone? You can't, you know? And so the problem is that our talents need to be looked at again, you know? Like unstoppable force, I mean, concussion kind of sucks. Like the problem is this, is that concussion is all right, but I've analyzed, me personally, concussion against vigilance, and I've noticed that vigilance is up more, way more. You know, because concussion has to be activated by your first shot and then maintained from every shot there forward, where vigilance doesn't have to be activated or maintained. It can only be deactivated. And so over the course of even a single control point, vigilance is up more. And it's there when you need it, which is your first shot. That's when you need your power. It's always your first shot. It's always the first kill. Every kill after that is, you know, not as substantial. So it's like that with everything. It's the first kill always matters. Go into it with like a DZ PvP mentality into this game. It's really like that. The first kill always matters. The first bullet always matters. You know, your burst damage. That's why burst damage is so vital. That's why we love Umbra things, right? Things like Umbra and Striker, right? Because it's that upfront bursty type damage, anyways. But I mean, you know, shock and awe. I mean, oh my God, you know, it's so rare to be able to use shock and awe. And the one time I was given the opportunity, I bypassed it. You know what I mean? It went to the Memento because 30% skill efficiency is way better than 20% skill damage and 20% repair. And the 30% skill efficiency doesn't rely on a status effect. Memento beats shock and awe too. And I know what you guys are thinking. You're like, oh yeah, but you have to build up to your 30 things or whatever. Not really. You only have to build up to 20, right? Unless if you really take the averages of how often this thing is turned on and turned off, turned off and turned on, play the averages there. You know, let's just say it's on half the time and it's off half the time. That's 10%. You only need 10 trophies now, but the Memento delivers more than just skill efficiency, doesn't it? It also is shock and awe give you weapon damage? Does shock and awe give you weapon damage? None. The Memento gives you 30% weapon damage on top of that 30% skill efficiency and the bonus armor and the regen. Shock and awe is just skill damage and repair. And the Memento gives you that too, plus the skill tier. You know, so it's just like, I could do this with every single backpack talent, and it'll annoy you. You know what I mean? It will annoy you. You know, and that's going to be the case for the majority of the builds, because most of the builds play in that realm of where the Memento sweet spot is. Now, I do say most of the builds because you're like, you know, maybe on a raid healer build, you're gonna not use a Memento. Ooh, how did that happen? And obviously, so the specialized builds, you know, can use backpack talents or whatever from the gear sets, like Future Perfect or Future Initiative, sorry, or Umbra. Like the Umbra backpack is really good. I mean, the Umbra gear set is one of the ones that I wouldn't use the Memento on. I got a good reason not to use the Memento. And Heartbreaker. Yeah, I prefer the Heartbreaker backpack because it's massive amounts of bonus armor. Do you see how much it takes to overlook the Memento? It takes massive things. Umbra's 80% regen. You can't. That's massive regen. There's nothing in the game as strong as that Umbra backpack. Not even makeshift repairs. So, but it's so. That's how massive it has to be in order for me to choose it over the Memento backpack. And so that's and the Heartbreaker is the same way. Oh, I already cleared this. I thought I'd reset it. Heartbreaker is the same way. You know, it gives you massive 200% bonus armor. It's beautiful bonus armor. I love that Heartbreaker bonus armor. What else? Eclipse backpack, 30% amplified damage. I'll choose that over the Memento. It's massive amounts of damage. You see? Do you see? But if you're talking about 25% weapon damage, total weapon damage from Vigilance, no way I'm going to choose that over the Memento. No way. Because the Memento is going to give me 30% plus weapon damage that cannot be disabled. So and it's going to give me regen, bonus armor, and everything else, skill efficiency, and all that other junk. So there's no way I'm going to choose 25% weapon damage over that, you know? So yeah, so that's a problem. I mean, like, for me, the fix is, besides gear sets with specialty backpacks, there's that. The fix is they gotta freshen up our talents. It's on the devs, in my opinion. It's on the devs. And so they've been doing a good job with these latest gear sets, though. I got to give that to them. They really have. Great job on the backpacks. Even ongoing directive. They didn't change anything to ongoing directive. You know, they didn't. But it's amazing, right? Ongoing directive, it gives you like this extra bleed power and duration, and it's really good. So I don't know. I think the way to fix it, I think I'll have to pivot the, good question, Wayne. So how do we fix the Hasbro build? He's like, go circle back, Tux, to the Hasbro build. I think the true fix is to let me think about it.
Civilians in danger.
Let's take a look at it, huh? I gotta give it an eye. Probably okay, yeah. I think the fix, because there's not much we can do. I can't put on the Memento because again with hazard protection builds, you're either at like 98% or nothing. You basically, in some of the things require you to actually be at 100%. So you're at 100% or nothing. The goal is to be immune to all status effects. And so I can't put on the Memento because that'll break that. Whether I'm running 511 or Uzina or any other combination. Now, if I do improvised pieces, then it'll push my hazard protection down to like 70, 80%, and then I'd fill it in with a specialty hazard like bleed. But that's not the same thing. That means we'll still catch on fire, we'll still get sucked in foam, and all that other crap. You got to maintain 100%. So I think the fix is going to be going tanky, running Intimidate and Adrenaline Rush. And so what that means is we need to get our armor to a position where it's always up because there's so much bonus armor. And so we're still going to have a weakness, which will be distance, but we will then have a stronger shield also. You know what I'm saying? Now, the downside about going tanky is that chameleon can feel a little weak up front on a tanky build. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that. But I can't put them, so I think that's the only way to go is to go tanky and then try to get some of our power back by running Adrenaline Rush, Intimidate. Oh boy, yeah. It's a long jog over here. Gotta get this done. Let's get some allies. That's why I don't like farming this way up here, because it's there's no fast jump off points. Oh man, these guys are popping up like gophers. I'm too close. The problem with any build that relies on headshots specifically is that hazard protection or fire will keep you from aiming, right? So you really lose accuracy. Gotta watch those. He jumped right down into that, didn't he? How the hell am I on fire now? That was luck. There's a big pool of fire behind me. Damn this guy. You don't want to fight him. He's not any fun. I'm a cook.
Medical assistance needed.
Yeah, so we'll try that. I think that'll be fun. Fun experiment, at least. A lot of it's personal preference too, though. Like some of you don't mind probably being a tank, but I don't usually run tank builds. You know, like true tanks. It's not the role I usually take when I play. These guys are able to make it a long ways without my allies doing anything about it, huh? These huggers just run right by the allies. Yeah, that's the perk of the Nemesis, which is why we run it, right? It's for the elite one shot, one kill thing. And if you're not into that, then you might as well just run the well, the White Death is probably more suitable, or the Mantis. Ooh, did I shoot him in the shoulder? It was naked as hell. So I use it to charge up. How am I? Did I just go through him? Come on. What is going on here? I'm screwing up, man. Let me just kill myself. This guys takes so long to pick you up. It's almost faster to do that. Ashes, you're in a group right now with 4 tanks. Is everybody running Foundry Bulwark? Is that it? That'd be funny. Mortar yourself? That's funny, man. How tanky was it? Because I don't know. What do you guys think? Like a mortar... With the mortar build, it's either... I feel like it's 6 skill tiers and nothing, right? So you can use... 2-piece Brazos... what's the TDI card is what I was thinking of. The TDI card and then... Technician. But that... Ugh, I don't know. I don't know if I'd have to check the value there, right? The return, because you know you go without gunner. I mean, you go without demolitionist. That's 10% explosive damage, and then god damn these people, climbing shit like monkeys. And then you lose Empress, which isn't a big loss. I don't think Empress is a big loss anymore, not with Brazos. I think you'll probably see Brazos take the place of a lot of Empress pieces now. Because Empress, here's one thing that Empress gives. So Empress gives you skill health, and you don't need skill health on explosive builds. And so really it's giving you 20% damage and then a little bit of only 10% skill efficiency, which isn't a lot. You know, 10% skill efficiency is like not that much. I mean, it's a little helpful though. It gives you status effects, skill haste, you know, that's good for the bleed. But wow, fire. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they work that out. Because I thought about it too when I was creating that explosive build, and one of the things is like, hey, you can't really, on explosive builds, you can't really get rid of the explosive damage. That's the best part, you know? I mean, you can do whatever you want, but like, that's the best part. Oh, damn it. These guys are really annoying in this control point. I don't know what it is.
Agent vital signs 0.
But I mean, the mortar's good. I think it's really good. There's no doubt that it's good. I kind of just I find myself kind of getting bored with it a little bit. I mean, it's fun to see bodies flying around though, isn't it? But that's why if you notice in that last explosive build, like I amped it up. So the point really was to kind of run around and you drop sticky bombs. I mean, I was like doing crazy risky shit that could kill you, right? Like basically shooting the sticky bomb at my own feet, right? While I was standing next to an enemy. So I'd just run up next to the elite and I'd shoot the sticky bomb right at his feet, and then I'd duck and dive away. And so you got a millisecond to do that. If you're too slow, then you blow yourself up, right? And so, I mean, you don't have to do that, but it's just fun to run in a big group of enemies and drop your bombs in there and be able to take damage and get away with it. And so it was a way to make an explosive build more fun. It's not necessary. I mean, you can definitely hide in stay behind cover and put out an artillery turret and just, you know, do that, right? Nothing is necessary in this game, as a matter of fact, now that I think about it. No, but you can't, you know what I mean? So it was a way to make it more fun, you know, make an explosive build more fun, because it can be kind of, you know, kind of a little bit boring, right? I'm gonna try putting on a bunch of armor here on this build real quick. God, this Brazos stuff, man, it's stingy, guys. They're so stingy with that Brazos. All the rolls that seem to be the same, and just kind of crap. All right, let's just try. I think we're gonna have to load up armor to get this thing to work. Where is it? Where's this thing? Firewall. There we go. I mean, it works like this. There's nothing. You totally run it like this, but sort of like, yeah, well, you know, let's get out there and not be having to be forced back in cover, I guess is the best way to put it. So there's, and it actually make this a lot easier to farm for if we roll armor on it. And so I don't know, 1.5 million should probably be enough. We don't have to go overboard, right? Do we run the y'all mask or no y'all mask? Let's try it with all y'all mask. And then this is a good one. So we'd run that. I might have a better adrenaline rush. Can't use perfect. It's got to be Cheska, but it's got to have hazard protection. See now. Yeah, that one. Now we can pull that in. I wasn't able to use that piece earlier, but if we're gonna add more armor, that's a better rolls. And I'll put adrenaline rush on it. And then now we change out what this to Cheska. Oh, but that one's got obliterate. So we got to keep the Azina here. This has got to go to Cheska, which is good because it's a shitty piece. There we go. So one piece Cheska, and then this would also have to be Cheska, I think. I think I have it down here. Yeah. What up, 5-star? And so if we had, I gotta put these other weapons away, but on my other character, because we could try different weapons too. We could try intimidate with, we're gonna do intimidate adrenaline rush, but we could also try with the backfire. The bonus armor will help with the with the hunters when we get there too. So 1.3. Let me push it to 1.5 and then we'll attack it back from there. A peeled banana. I did get one last night. I did get a Picaro's last night. I farmed quite a bit before I got it, so you know. But it did drop eventually. There we go. So I'm gonna do a late night casual exploration stream, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So 83% install. So I'm gonna take a dinner break between this stream and that one. But then yeah, we're gonna give that a try. What do you guys think? Anybody else out there playing the campaign?
Hostile control point detected.
Yeah, mine was kind of crazy, that Picaro's. It was a good roll though. The God rolled skill haste on it. I was like, all right, maybe it'll skill haste, not the worst thing. Maybe I'll use it on something. It's gonna be an annoying thing to have in your stash. It's gonna be a stash hog basically, because it's one of those ones. There's so many different builds you can put it on. You're gonna need different configurations. Like you need one with armor regen, and then you're gonna need to be able to put armor or a red core on it. You need one with skill damage. You need to put a skill tier or armor on it. You know what I mean? You're gonna need one with crit damage so that you can put a red core on it. Whatever. It's just like fuck. You're gonna have to have like 10 of those things. It's like the chill out mask. Chill out mask is the same thing. I got like 10 chill out masks. You know. All right, so. So shield's gonna be a little bit stronger, but we still can't get carried away. So we got to get in there, right? If you don't get in there, then the build will be worthless. Because you need the adrenaline rush. Break that shield. There it is. Ah. So the problem is the same. It's helping a little bit, but it's the same problem, which is look at where we're at, right? We killed everybody, but they wick. Even though you're getting 20% armor on kill, you're still taking more damage than 20% armor on kills can feed you. I heard somebody behind me. Oh, that was you. I mean, it's not the problem. It's not the end of the world, but the shield's a little stronger, but they're still gonna break the shield. You know what I mean? So it's like, let's see. We'll continue to play though.
Hostile detected.
Time to kill is reasonable though. I mean, I could definitely feel a decrease in time to kill, but it's not dramatic. Hey.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Where are these people I'm fighting? Where'd they go? It might be better to run the backfire. We'll see. I don't know. When I first tried this, though, I did like the chameleon better. Intimidate, everything else aside. So we might decide this is too much armor too. Jesus, the way he's walking. It's gonna miss a lot. All right. Time to kill's pretty good, huh? I'm liking it. The shield is making it. Less breaky. You know, I didn't even check my shield things. We might want to get rid of Gunner. We could try that. And run Firewall. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but it's worth the check. It'll definitely fix our time to kill in group scenarios. Also give us a few better shield mods. I don't know if it's going to make a difference there, but... Got a medic just fucking broke our shield. Jerk. Firewall does give you an amazing armor kit. So when you do have to use an armor kit, you get that invulnerability. I mean, it could be a mistake because if our problem is the armor on kill, like our recovery is just not being fast enough, then, you know, it could be a mistake, but now that we're running so much armor, we might just kind of play it in more into the bonus armor, right? And then use the armor kit whenever we need to, but just try to maintain higher bonus armor. We might, if we do that, we might even be able to add another armor core, which is gonna make our shield even stronger. Give me that weak point. I had to drop my shield because I don't want to break it. Yeah, that felt pretty good, actually. I think that's the right way. Let's just go check the... I mean, the all-red build version worked great, but with that shield breaking all the time, it's just, you know, that's going to get you killed. That's going to get you killed. Okay, so let's go... Let's try playing into the bonus armor a little bit more. Well, the problem with Future Perfection is I would have to run the mechanical animal and I don't have enough crit chance. So I'd be relying on its base weapon damage and we'd lose the 90% weapon damage that the Chameleon is giving us. And so like if I put on a regular assault rifle, like the mechanical animal, I'll only have 30% crit chance on this build, 36. So then I'd have to I'd have to load up a bunch of, oh, we had protection from elites. I didn't want that. I didn't mean to have that. But we'd have to put a bunch of crit chance on the build. As you can see, I got 44 right here. And then, you know, I'm relying on the Chameleon to fill in the gaps. But, well, shit, maybe we don't need the Firewall. I can still try it, though. Yeah, so the problem is, that's why I'm avoiding certain weapons. It's because certain weapons require a lot of crit chance. And that's why... I think there's 3 weapons that are ideal for this setup. One of them is the Chameleon. The other one's the Backfire because the SMGs bring a lot of crit chance with them. Actually, there's more than that. Then the Cold Relations, if you can deal with the slow RPM, because that's going to give you up to 80% crit damage. And then the other one would be the Savage Wolverine that doesn't require crits at all. You just get strong on kill. So any of those would work. And then the shotguns, of course. Anything in the shotgun category would also work. And then you could just drop your crits. But yeah, so the problem is crit chance. So to go with a weapon that doesn't bring all the crit chance with it will dramatically weaken the build. We'll end up having to lose all our crit damage rolls for crit chance. Because we've used up all the other rolls for Hasbro, of course. Anyways, let's try something. So I want to put back on that worked with protection from elites. That might have been holding up our shield actually. But let's try putting back on crit damage for a power boost. That's what I intended to do. I didn't realize I still had those on there. And I might put them back. It worked great. So 2 Cheska. So let's look at our Casper, make sure we're there. Yeah, 97. Okay, good. So what I want to try is I'm going to put on another armor core, but I'm also going to run Firewall. And we're looking for the damage boost, but also the strongest shield capability. So we got Assault Rifle here, so that's good. That's all we need. And then let's respec. Okay, Firewall's added. And then we did have Assault Rifle there too. Just want to double check. I wasn't running without that. Okay. And then let's add, where do we want that armor core? It's gonna have to be on the mask. Okay. So that'll push us up one more notch. That's gonna make us pretty tanky. I don't know if we're gonna want that, but we're gonna try it. We might be too tanky there. 1.7. And then we're now gonna swap the shield to the striker. And then damage. So I'll take shield health here and then put damage health. And we got probably active regen and then 5% damage health. So about 12% damage bonus per enemy. And this is a tier 5 shield now. So still not strong enough to take everything, but you know, almost tier 6. I know. And then we probably could lose the decoy and then you know what? I think we'll take a drone, a fixer drone. Yep. We're like, why are you taking a fixer drone? Because of the bonus armor, because we lost 10% armor on kill. So we need the fixer drone to work under our bonus armor while we have, or while we're behind shield. So it's a slow heal, but we don't mind because it's always going. Greetings from Barbados, Mike Carter. How dare you chime in from paradise? Let me circle back to the first song. All right, let's give this a try. So the Savage Wolverine would be an interesting one with this because that'll give you 38% weapon damage. Now that's not the 90% from the Chameleon, but you'll be able to maintain it, you know, from one kill to the next. The last 10 seconds, which is not a long time, but when you're on a roll, you're on a roll with that thing. Yeah, I like that gun, certain builds. Oh, great. Let's kick off our allies here. Let's get them going, just in case we die. Remember, you got scaling damage, so groups are sort of your friend, right? Damn it. See, I dropped that shield in time. I know I did. I did. I know I dropped that shield in time, but it didn't give me credit for it. It's that heavy gunner. I need him to drop down. There he is. All right. It's working. That was a lot of battling right there. Come here, dude. So we're not overly relying on intimidate. So what we're doing is we're, I knew that was gonna happen, but I did on purpose. We're using it intermittently to fill in the gaps between the chameleon stacks. So it's working. It's kind of helping us ensure that we always have a damage bonus. That's kind of how I think about it. Yeah, this worked. Remember, we just dropped our armor on kill, right? So the question is we'll have to ask ourselves this question. Is Intimidate better than Obliterate with this setup? Now, the bonus armor aside, well, we might always keep the bonus armor. I think we're gonna need it, right? To fill in the gaps of what this build lacks, which is recovery. Oh, they're fucked. You know what I mean? Like, right now, Intimidate would be maintained here. I don't know. It's a tough call. Feels good though. We might be able to drop our armor. One notch. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe just keep it where it is. If my armor's, it's just kind of funny. I know you're gonna think it's funny, but if my armor's too full, too much, if my armor stays full all the time, I consider dropping my armor. Because I think your armor should be constantly fluctuating. You need to keep it in motion. Like it needs to be working for you, right? Help you take damage, and then you recover, take damage, recover. But if your armor is always full, then that means you're not taking damage, right? Or it could also mean you're killing so much that, you know, that you're recovering really fast. That could also be the case. But even then, you can start diverting to something else, or it's perfectly in balance, you know, who knows? But I think, you know, with all things being equal, I take a look at my armor, and right now I'm seeing my armor up too much. And so I have to test it to see. Ah, he broke my fucking shield. But it is making a stronger shield, so we might not be able to lose our armor. So then here's where we heal up. And we got the bonus armor, but now we got this infinite life thing going on. But our shield is a source of damage too, right? Because of that cone, the cone of death. rogues. Yeah. See how this goes. Oh, we need actually just hold up this for a second. Let me get some ammo. Gunner, right? Gives you ammo. So don't forget to reload when you. Come on, John, catch up. Fuck, way far away. So they're gonna drop stingers on us and all sorts of crazy shit. So let's see what we can get away with, huh? Ooh, that laser is scary. God, he just broke my shield again. Damn it. And punched me. And lasered me. You just do a number on that shield, huh? Come on, come on. God damn it. Shield killed me. Oh, that I got an amazing Stinger Hive build, Corporal. Yeah, it's a Mad Bomber build, and it's so much fun. I think we created it for the Hollywood event. So if you didn't know, a lot of people don't know, but the Stinger Hive is actually boosted by explosive damage. We didn't kill that last hunter. So yeah, protection from elites could fix a little bit of that. So we might want to put one protection from elites mod, like not overdo it, just a little, give us a little edge. Hey, let me drop that build for you, Corporal. It's pretty amazing, actually. It's fun, really fun one. I'll definitely break it out. It's called delivery. Let me type in delivery. Yeah, here it is. Explosive delivery build. It might be a live stream. Let's see here. Yeah, Lucas, so that's the center of the build. The center of the build that we're working on is hazard, 100% hazard protection. So that's on every piece. Hazard protection's on every piece. And of course, hazard protection is for the hazards. Which is, if you didn't know, the riot foam, fire, electrocution, shock, bleed. What am I missing? Blind, disorient, but not from shield break. So shield break you can't. Okay, so let's try putting one protection from elite bond here. So shield break you cannot get around. They force it on you. Yeah, I've done quite a few red medic builds, Chubby's Fish. I don't know if it's the same one you're thinking of, but I really enjoy them. They're really fun. I usually end up, I like to roll like, what do you call it? Incoming repairs with it to make it even stronger to my self-healing. But you don't have to do that. Of course, you can roll all repair skills for outgoing heals too, but it's really fun to run it in solo setups too. And basically you're invulnerable. and it's because you got unlimited armor, right? You take damage, you heal. You take damage, you heal. You take damage, you heal. Oh, I just blew myself up. That's the downside of that. Going for those weak points at close range. Got me in trouble. Straight up of. So here's why we're running it. See him trying to foam me? He can't. So yeah. And this game gives you a lot of hazards. And so that's why I really want to get this build to work, because these can be really fun and helping you enjoy the game if you get really irritated by catching on fire all the time, or those fucking fire grenades that they throw at you. This lady actually right in front of me, she throws these fire grenades, right? And damn, who is that? Oh, way over there? I don't understand how she shot me. Sometimes it looks like the bullets are coming from behind me and they're actually in front of me. You know what I mean? Like, God, they walk backwards so fast. You want them to be in your little cone. Oh, I'm stuck. What a pallet. Try to take on a mob. Where are these guys? There we go. Oh, lost our shield. We were doing good. She didn't even stagger from that explosion. We blew up her pouch and she just took it like a champ. Yeah, Lucas, you can use a backfire. You totally can. We were talking about that earlier. It's a preference thing. There's nothing wrong with the backfire. You can. I used it when I first put this together. I kind of tried it with the backfire and with the chameleon, and you know, they both have its benefits, the pros and cons. The backfire is a good thing is that it's always stacking. There's no cooldown, where the chameleon basically has a cooldown, right? That is, you get your buffs and it lasts for 45 seconds, and then you got to re-earn your buffs again. Where the backfire's downside is that you can lose your stacks, because they only last for 10 seconds, and if you don't have somebody to shoot, then they expire, and you got to rebuild from 0. You all know that. And then it also kind of has a little less burst damage. It's slower, right? And it's missing damage to targets out of cover and damage to armor buffs that you would normally put on an SMG. So anyways, they both have ups and downs. There's no real wrong answer. I've just chosen this one. But you would have to reconfigure just a little bit for the backfire. I mean, if we run the backfire, we might be able to load up a bunch more regen. So there's a positive side to that, right? And because the backfire is going to bring all the damage that you could need. I mean, so does the chameleon, right? So with the backfire, we'd have to load a little bit more crit chance because it's not going to have all its crit chance because the mods suck on the backfire. But it's going to give you so much crit damage. It basically gives the same. We have the same crit damage as the backfire would give us right now. So if I kept, this is giving. We have 200% crit damage. This guy's annoying. It's way back there. Walking backwards on me. There you go. Your body is stronger than your shield with this setup. So it is acceptable to drop your shield because of the bonus armor. The bonus armor comes and goes every, what is it, 3 or 4 seconds? Yeah, so like, yeah, it'll be interesting to, I will be testing the the backfire out. But this setup we have right now is giving us we have 200% crit damage right now. Right? Well, when we get our stacks. And so, but we also get 90% weapon damage. Now the the backfire is also going to give you 200% crit damage, right? From the gun itself. So if we were to maintain the same loadout, we'd have 323 crit damage. But we may not elect to do that. But I might, because I would be like, well, you know, I want to make up for that lack of upfront damage that the backfire has. So I might say, well, let's keep it all the crit damage and go that route. Or you could fill in the gaps for recovery by putting on bonus armor. I mean, armor regen, sorry, not bonus armor. How do you miss so many shots on this guy's? All because of his backpack? Really? That's dumb, huh? So yeah, so you could put a bunch of armor regen, and you know that could be really cool. We might like that, you know. It's definitely going down a tankier road if we decide to do that. Nothing wrong with that. You'll be a tank. Hunter has pro tank. With decent damage. We'll try that too. But when I ran it straight up, like damage for damage, like going the all damage route, I did feel like the Chameleon pounded out better because of its, you know, things like its RPM. And the 90% weapon damage, which isn't always there, of course, but it's there enough where you notice it. I'm sure that's why we all love. What are these guys? All the way back there. What's this guy doing all the way over here? Oh, they're all gonna spread out, man. Yeah, Hasbro builds aren't, I mean, they're not for everything, right? Like they kind of got its use cases. So I think, you know, Countdown could be interesting for this type of build. And so we should test it in Countdown too, but I need to be close to the White House to make all these changes. But there's like because it's heroic content, the Tusk when you find the Tusk, they throw those pulse grenades and you got fire. You know, it depends on the faction, right? You got fire, you got basically everything because it's rotating. It's a heavy gunner in the back. The heavy gunner is not good. Yep. I should pop my shield. Oh, right on, Derek. We're good though. We're good there. It's a long load time when you die. Faster to the White House, they like to stick it to you a little longer, huh? Cool, so this works. I think we're onto something, but I'm gonna go ahead and take my din break now, and then when I come back, we're gonna try this Call of Duty. Hopefully they'll be ready to go. So cool, thanks for hanging with me, guys. So yeah, so this is just kind of phase one, but I think there's lots more changes, but I think we're on the right path. So I think Adrenaline Rush should intimidate, and then from here it's final tweaking, and then we create the backfire version and then decide which one's better, and that's the one we publish. So stay tuned, work in progress. Thanks for hanging, guys.
Tuxedo out.